And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless right here on shrmedia.com. Conservative media done right. How's everybody doing? Let's get the chat up and running. Oh, thank you, BZ. Thank you very much. Happy late Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope everybody's Thanksgiving yesterday was real great. I had a nice, quiet, semi-quiet time. The wife and daughter are in the Poconos with the in-laws. My mother-in-law moved in, or not my mother. My mother moved in with my brother on Wednesday, so it was just me and my puppy dogs. No turkey, no nothing. Actually, what did I have? Buffalo wings. That's what I had. And just try to take care of my puppies. They're missing mommy and grandma. In fact, I had to leave the door open to the studio tonight because they were sitting at the door scratching away. So right now, they are sitting directly behind me. They've already got one little tiff because Kane, the younger of the two, when he's tired, I mean, he's like a little kid, literally like a little kid. When he's tired, and you can tell when he's tired, he don't want to play and he doesn't want to be touched by the other dog. And if the other dog comes near him, he growls at him and will not pitch into him, but kind of like lunge at him, like, no, leave me the hell alone. I'm tired. And then he'll go to sleep. He'll wake up. He'll like, okay, let's go play. And right now, I can tell he's missing his mommy. In fact, I got to stop saying that word because that's perking his ears up. So it's got him a little upset, and he just doesn't want. The only one he wants on my lap. He wants to cuddle up with me. And the other puppy wants to cuddle with me also and get in between us. And I thought they were going to get into it on the couch earlier. But other than that, how the fuck is everybody doing? Like I said, it's been peaceful. Well, the wife comes home on Sunday. I gotta admit, even though it's been peaceful, I can't wait for my wife and daughter to be back in the house. Number one, the oldest dog's driving me nuts. All right, he's 16 years old, Yorkie Poo, arthritis, and he'll mostly sleep. But he can be such a pain in the butt because, okay, he'll want out back to go pee. He'll come in, then he wants out front because he wants to go out front and poop. He can't do both at the same spot, it seems like. And he's very picky, and it can be like he, within 10, 15 minutes going out, I went out again, and he paces. But I can understand the pacing. Last couple of days, the weather, a little bit off here in Florida. I've been hurting. My hands have been swelled. My hips hurting real bad. So I know he has, and he paces when he does that. The only thing I do is I have some CBD oil. I give that to him. 9 times out of 10, it calms him down, allows him to lay down and go to sleep. But other than that, it's just sit around, watch TV, mess around on X, make fun of liberals. I was hoping, of all hopes, that things would calm down just a little bit. Just a little. I'm not asking for a lot, people. I'm not. Just a little. A teensy bit. A poquito. But nope. No such luck. Oh, boy. Now who's... and the spam texts that I've been getting. Or calls, I should say. Where they spoofed the phone calls. Oh. So I know I shouldn't. Someone probably turned me in, but I got one of them calling. I was like, thank you for calling FBI fraud hotline. How can I help you? Click. The fastest hang up I've gotten. Oh, these idiots. They've been calling and calling. And it's like a daily battle with them. All right. And they got notes because every now and then they just hang up. Oh. Oh, thank you, BC, for bringing that up. Yeah, Justin Trudeau is at Mar-a-Lago, an unscheduled visit. Not just also Joe and Micah from MSNBC. The Mexican president, she's met with him and changed her tunes. I know she's trying to do a little saving face, but here's the thing. People don't understand. They're like, oh, the tariffs are going to hurt us. The tariffs are going to hurt us. It's just a bunch of people that can't explain what a woman is. Their candidate blew through, what, $1.2 billion on a $1 billion budget. So they're going to explain economy and tariffs. Do they understand that it doesn't mean that that tariff is going to get put in place? He's using it as a weapon because it's going to hurt Mexico. It's going to hurt Canada. It's going to hurt China more than it's going to fucking hurt us. Yes, they can put tariffs on us. How much exporting do we do into Mexico, Canada, and China? I want to say something, but I'll be China. They import more into our country than we export. They're going to get hurt more. Guess what? People aren't going to buy their stuff because it's going to be expensive. They're going to buy American. I hate when this microphone is not level on. It's a threat. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. And that's the problem that these dumbass liberals don't understand. And they keep going on and on about it. It's like, oh my God. Give up. And, oh, we didn't vote for this. Yeah, we did, asshole. Well, it wasn't a landslide. President. Popular vote. Flipped the Senate. Not only kept the House, but increased the House. That sounds like a landslide to me. That sounds like a big old landslide to me. It's not just one thing. It's a combination of everything, you morons. What wins did you have? Nada. Thank you for reminding me, BC. I need you around more often. Don't forget, everybody, this coming Monday, December 2nd, I'll have Joel. Oh, don't ask me why I did that again. Joe Schoel. That is Joe, S-O-E-L. He is an author and a vet. And he'll be on the Reaver of Common Sense. And I will have a very, very, very special co-host because I didn't want to screw this up. I want to give this guy the biggest SHR media interview that I can give. And by doing that, I have brought on the great BZ to co-host. And you can even ask Sackhead Sean. At one point, I talked to Sean. I was thinking about passing Joe off to BZ because BZ will do a better job than I will. And I'm not knocking myself. I will admit, if someone's better, they're better. Hey, so be it. It means I got to work harder. But I want this guy to have a great interview and a great exposure for his book. He talks about his military service. He talks about his addiction and recovery. The Broken Mirror of Memory, Iraq and Other Tales is the name of the book. He will be here Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right, 9 p.m. on the right coast, 6 p.m. on the Pacific coast, and that is the left coast. And which one do we like better? Nah, BC, I will admit it, you do a better job interviewing than I do. And yes, people, don't forget to give those thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. It's free, people. It helps us. It helps with the algorithm. On Rumble, I believe it is follow. I don't have them up. And don't forget to subscribe on Twitter at Jersey Joe Talks. We're also on Twitch, Facebook, SHR Media, all those. But yeah, if you can subscribe to those. Now, where was it? Oh, yeah. The tariffs. I'll bet dollars to donuts. And if I was Chris Christie, that'd be a very rich prosper. Krispy Kreme Christie. That donut eating bastard. There's my chats. That these tariffs won't go into place. All it takes is Mexico is to not allow these illegal people to come through their country. To stop them. It's not that hard, people. We're asking Mexico to enforce its laws to stop them at that side of the border. And it's the other people's problem, not Mexico's, not ours. And if we start blocking these people, and I'm tired of hearing they're looking for asylum. Yeah, I'm looking for asylum too, bitches. Why ain't I getting a big fat check and a free luxury hotel to stay in, all my food paid for, all my bills paid for? Oh, no, because I'm one of those assholes that has to put the money into it. If you're not paying attention and you're on YouTube, you got to be in the chat because he's like having fun. Oh, let's see. The only problem with BZ, I don't have a Jeep. I got myself a Ford F-150. That's right. I love my Fords. Every car I've had, except two, have been Fords. I had I can't remember, a Buick something that I got when I was like my first finance car. It was a cheap thing. And I had a Jeep Wrangler 7, Jeep Wrangler, whatever. Yeah. Otherwise, always Fords, Ford Mustangs, Ford trucks. All right. Now we're going to go on for these tariffs. And I'm so bored of it. It's so, they just don't know how to not give up. I know they're not going to give up. And some people are like, oh, they're trying to regroup. They're knocked down. No, they're not. They are still there. They are still out there plotting. They're going to fight Trump at every turn there is, people. We may have won the battle. We won the battle, but the war wages on. Well, in that case, can we get myself a souped up like 1967 fastback Mustang? You do a little 4-wheel drive on it, jack it up. No, that'd be sacrilege. That was, I think, like my second or third car. 1967 maroon fastback, straight 6, 200 cubic inch motor, 3-speed, beautiful car. Started to tear it apart to redo it, blew my shoulder out. And that was in 1967. But I had a 1968 Ford Fairlane. That thing was nice. It had a 289, 4-speed in it. Ass end was lifted up, I think, like an inch or two. Oh, I mean, my buddies, one had a 69 Torino GT. One had a 69 Falcon. That Falcon was nasty. Light car, souped up motor in. My buddy put a lot of money into that. And I had the 68 Fairlane. And it was funny how it went about, because I beat the Torino in a race. The Torino built the Falcon in the race, and the Falcon beat me in a race. Explain that. But back in the day when you can get away with a lot of things. One day I was out. It was late at night, one of the back roads. It was me and 2 other cars doing stupid shit we got in a race. So the police took off. Then I got word that it was an officer that I knew working in emergency services. I was a volunteer. So it was, you come see me or I will go talk to your mother at the end of my shift. So shit. Let me go talk to him. It's like, hey, what's up? It's like, Grayson, you saw it. Who won? Said, you saw it? He goes, no, I just saw a big blur in front. Ooh. We're going to have some fun. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Take it. Every now and then they'll call and there'll be nobody on the line. It's one of those scam numbers. But anyways, that was me in the lead. And he's like, all right, you shouldn't be doing it. It's like, I ain't going to bust your balls too much. He's like, when I was your age, I was out doing the same dumb shit. He's like, just watch your ass, be careful, and don't do it too often. Don't make it a habit. I was like, I don't. I really don't. And I think that was the last time I raced. No, that's right. I did go over into the next state, and the guy tried running me off the road. I think that was the last time I raced. But I was talking, I was like 19, 20, 21. But so is life. All right. We are so off the subject today. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back right after this little break.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Attention, all patriotic women of faith. Yep, I'm talking to you, sis. Are you looking for high-quality, super soft apparel that reflects your love for country and your devotion to God? Look no further than Carry Girl Gear. Picture this. You rocking a tee so soft it's like being hugged by a cloud, all while showing off your love for God and country. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, welcome to reality, babes, because that's what we're all about here at Carry Girl Gear. We specialize in super soft tees, tanks, and more, designed specifically for the strong, patriotic woman who proudly wants to carry their message of faith and freedom. When you shop with us, you're not just getting a t-shirt. You're joining a community of like-minded women who are proud to wear their beliefs straight on their tees. So whether you're sipping sweet tea on the porch or leading the charge for faith and freedom, do it in a Carry Girl tee. Because life's too short for stiff, boring tees. CarryGirl.com, where faith and freedom meets fashion.
Come listen to BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show. Live on select and exclusive Tuesday and Thursday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Rumble channel, SHR Media YouTube channel, X, Twitch, Spreaker, and wherever great conservative podcasts are found. BZ, your conservative Sherpa, guides you through the maelstrom of Democrat, leftist, and globalist lies, chaos, deceit, and betrayal. Raised as a free-range child with dirt, stains, mud, and freedom, BZ broadcasts from North Idaho, comfortably surrounded by actual normal people. Jump into our plush, sumptuous, palatial, and resplendent chat room on rumble.com. Click on live chat to join. Now, with 37% more umbrage and 19% more bulbosity than previous shows, featuring delicious Liberty additives for the best in late-night conservatarian talk radio. BZ reminds you that with great beard comes great responsibility. No chinchillas were harmed, embarrassed, fat-shamed, or the focus of any sarcasm whatsoever in the making of this ad.
What is the Edge of Liberty? News, politics, commentary, sarcasm, alcohol, and high blood pressure. It's as American as a good revolution. So tune in every Monday and Friday at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast on the SHR Media Network and KLRN Radio. For details, visit www.shrmedia.com.
Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless right here on shrmedia.com. Conservative media done right. You can catch the show on YouTube, X, Facebook, Rumble, and Twitch. Yes, you can catch us all over the internet. After the show, it will be uploaded onto, you got it, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeart, and Apple. So if you want to listen to us on the road, listen to us on the go ahead and download us. You can even go to shrmedia.com and click on the podcast, and you can get it right there. All right, so let's talk about Trump. Most of the court cases are getting dismissed. 2 with Jack Smith have been dismissed and done with. The one in New York, the hush money, that's pretty much dead. That would probably be dismissed not too much longer. So out of active cases, all that leaves is Georgia, the Fani Willis case. But that case likely to not last that much longer. According to the New York Post and some sources, as the national tide turns in President-elect Donald Trump's favor, Fulton County DA Fani Willis is the last woman standing in his way. But she isn't likely to last long. Willis is prosecuting the only case left after Trump, before he returns to office in January, over alleged election interference in Georgia. Federal cases into the returning president involvement in the January 6, 2021 insurrection in Washington, D.C. and his alleged hoarding of classified documents were both dropped after he won the presidential election, proving these were nothing but political cases. It was, he's running again, let's try to hurt him. And it didn't work. If anything, it made him more popular. It's how dumb these idiots are. Now, a lot has changed from 1 year ago when Willis, 53, the first woman elected as Fulton County DA in 2021, was riding high as the prosecutor, set to take down Trump in a blockbuster, high-profile RICO racketeering case. Although Willis appears adamant she will stay the course, she could potentially be kicked off the case by a body who are investigating it or usurped by the state Supreme Court, who are likely to step in and close it, according to sources. Fani doesn't see how she's headed for a brick wall. She's going full tilt with revenge and emotion, one local defense lawyer who knows her, told the Post. Gee, many crickets. They don't give up. Oh, damn it. I just keep getting these spam calls. And then, you know what? They're spoofing numbers. They've even spoofed MacDill Air Force Base. They've spoofed a military base. That one I finally turned them into the FCC. That they're being spoofing a military base. Because that should light a fire for finally the government to do something. When the government should be doing something, they don't do it. Allowing this to happen, how they are able to spoof these numbers is beyond me. How they're able to copy the caller ID of somebody else. BZ, I get like 5 to 6 of these calls a day. You would think they would stop by now. They haven't succeeded once. It's spam. And if I'm in a really good mood, I drag it on for as long as I can, and like half hour, 40 minutes into the phone call. I mean, I just keep dragging it out, wasting their time. I don't give them any of my pertinent information. I don't give a shit. Like I said, I've done, and hey, maybe I could get in trouble. Yes, you've reached FBI fraud hotline. Click. Yes, I'm Special Agent Todd. Oh, I get the phone all the time, BC. These people have to be homophobic. They do. And then, I don't throw that word around a lot. But I answer, how you doing? And it's for Medicaid, Medicare, I'm like, well, you cover my sex change operation? Click. Motherfucker. He hung up on me. I just have fun fucking with him. I've been waiting for it. I want to put them on air and drag it out and then let them know that they're on air because that usually freaks them out. All right, back to Fannie Willis. Fannie Willis, any which way you cut it, it don't look good for her case. She won re-election for a second term as DA in November, which I have no fucking clue how. Has remained defiant and ignored subpoena in September from a special Senate committee. Now, don't we have two people that just did prison terms on the conservative side because they ignored a subpoena from the Senate? So why the fuck is she not in prison? That's right, because she's a Democrat. And last week, a Georgia appeals court abruptly canceled oral arguments scheduled for next month into the case, and Trump's lawyers are likely cite the federal end to the election interference charges against him to get the Georgia case thrown out. I would be shocked if it wasn't dismissed by Fannie. Has an ego, but hang on. I'd be shocked if it wasn't dismissed, but Fannie has an ego bigger than the entire state, so who knows? Sources close to the Willis investigation told the Post. Representative for Willis and Wade did not respond to requests for comment from the Post for this article. Some people don't know when to steep in, and Peter Navarro, thank you, BZ. I knew you would know it. I knew you would. But why aren't these idiots? Eric Holder, he got held on contempt charges. Didn't they finally get Mayaca on contempt charges? Most goes on, but never on the friggin' Democrat side do they ever get arrested for it. Then they sit there. It's equal justice. It's equal justice all around. No, it isn't. Anybody would, more than one brain cell can see it. And what really gets me is they claim MAGA is the cult. No, I hate doing this, but you're so far in a cult, you don't realize you're a cult. All right? You need to start checking your own house. Don't be throwing stones. Oh, I swear to God, if one of you guys just farted. Oh, Lord, help me. All right, we'll be back. I got to get something to drink, so if I'm not back at the end of the commercial, I will be back. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Are you looking for a way to boldly express your faith and love for your country? And check out Seven Armors, the premier apparel company for patriotic men of God, where faith meets freedom in style. Our t-shirts are more than just clothing, they're statements. Bold, stylish, and meaningful. From timeless messages to modern designs, we've got something for every patriotic man of God. Wear your beliefs proudly with Seven Armors gear. Don't miss the chance to wear your faith and freedom on your sleeve. Visit 7armors.com today and join the movement. That's the number 7armors.com.
Come listen to BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show. Live on select and exclusive Tuesday and Thursday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Rumble channel, SHR Media YouTube channel, X, Twitch, Spreaker, and wherever great conservative podcasts are found. BZ, your conservative Sherpa, guides you through the maelstrom of Democrat, leftist, and globalist lies, chaos, deceit, and betrayal. Raised as a free-range child with dirt, stains, mud, and freedom, BZ broadcasts from North Idaho, comfortably surrounded by actual normal people. Jump into our plush, sumptuous, palatial, and resplendent chat room on rumble.com. Click on live chat to join. Now, with 37% more umbrage and 19% more bulbosity than previous shows. Featuring delicious Liberty additives for the best in late-night conservatarian talk radio. BZ reminds you that with great beard comes great responsibility. No chinchillas were harmed, embarrassed, fat-shamed, or the focus of any sarcasm whatsoever in the making of this ad.
Freedom. One nation in all of human history was built on that bedrock. Ours. A republic of the people, by the people, and for the people. Self-government requires freedom, just as freedom requires an individual willingness to self-govern. Freedom has made America exceptional, but it can only last as long as you and I seek the good, as expressed by the laws of nature and nature's God. It can only last if you and I choose to act as people of character. Forging character has been the pursuit of Hillsdale College since 1844.
Say welcome back. Say welcome back. Sorry about that. Welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. I'm here to make sense out of the senseless right here on shrmedia.com. Conservative media done right. Oh, to give you a little bit of a doggo cam, so to speak. All right. So I highly, highly, highly doubt that case would be around much longer. The hush money, not the sexual assault case, I think will be overthrown in appeals. Most all these cases are going to go bye-bye. They were only done to hurt Trump. Nothing more, nothing less. It didn't work. But what it did was pissed off not just Trump, but the American people. Let me ask you a question. Yes, we need more dogs on it. That's my buddy. That's Kane. That's the youngest. He is a Pomeranian Shih Tzu with a little pug. And he just, there's something about everybody that meet him. They all say the same thing. They can't put their finger on it, but there's something about him. Right now he's wrapped underneath the green screen. Like I said, he's missing his mommy. The other one is supposed to be a pure Shih Tzu. Not that we don't like the doggies, but the main reason we have him, the other one is, well, our other one got killed. But with the oldest one, Kane wanted to play with him as a puppy, and he was just too old to play. So we were like, we got to get another puppy. We can't have him roughhousing. But all right, have you noticed that we don't hear Democrats talking about doing away with the filibuster or packing the courts anymore? It's amazing now that they're not going to be in power. They don't want to pack the courts anymore. They don't think that's a good idea. They don't think doing away with the filibuster is a good idea. I'm not saying we should do these things, but it's just fucking amazing how it shows how much of that was political, that they just didn't like that they didn't have the power anymore. That the balance went a little bit more balanced. Because there's been some conservative judges that I've questioned a couple of their rulings on, but you know what? I'm not going to flip out. I hate to say you win some, you lose some. I'm not a legal expert, so I'm not going to say every case that I think is constitutional is constitutional. I can make mistakes. The justices can make mistakes. But to sit there and oh, yeah, that Kane is. There's nobody cuter than him. And one thing with him is we got him after my dad passed away. And I just storm depression. Couldn't get over it. This little dog didn't last that much longer, the depression. Cheered me up. Still does to this day. Because there's nothing better than waking up with that cute face right in your face. Going, time to wake up. And he's just staring. Yeah, he's got allergies and he loves to sneeze right in my face. I swear he does it on purpose. But if you notice, nobody wants to pack the courts anymore. I wonder what they would do if we tried to pack the court, bring the courts up to 9 justices now, and pack it all with conservatives. How bad they probably have massive strokes on the spot. Do away with the filibuster and pass everything we want, and then vote the filibuster back in. Not saying we should, but can you imagine the strokes they would be having? It would almost be comical. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that, BZ. I remember that revelation. Yeah, there's. I miss my German Shepherd. He passed away actually like 8 days before my dad got diagnosed terminally with cancer. His hip had been giving us trouble. And we were going to my parents' house, and he didn't want to go. And I was like, he's just in pain. He don't want to go. Came home. He was in the same spot. He had passed away. I was actually talking that week, taking him to put him to sleep because he looked like he was in a lot of pain, having trouble getting up. So it was like, all right. But he didn't want to go. And that was strange because from when he was a pup, he went everywhere with me. I do that with this little one, but the other one would get jealous and the other one gets car sick. But Kane, when he was a puppy, we took him everywhere we went. He went everywhere I went. Sat right next to me and gone in the truck. And before people freak out, I have a center console, has a harness and all that. It did. I took it out, but it had a little seat. You clip the harness in, so if anything happened. But I'm just wondering, let's get back to this. What kind of stroke they would have. Trump got in and said, all right, we're bumping it up to 9 justices and put some massive conservative, hardcore conservatives in there. And then just did it away with that filibuster. Just pushed his agenda through. I'm not talking unconstitutional. I'm not saying we should. This is just a exercise in thought. Oh, what about New York? It just popped in my head. Sorry. The senator there is calling for New York to succeed to Canada. These people act. I've said it. I want to see our country get back together and then become cohesive together again. It doesn't help when we have politicians. And she actually probably could get tossed out of her position. She swore an oath to the Constitution. And she's looking to subvert the Constitution. She's looking to wipe her ass with the Constitution. Isn't that, you know what I mean? I think I say that bring it up to 9, and I don't know what I was thinking. Now you're making me think, BC, and that's hurting my head. Oh, Well, that's sort of like everybody's, well, Biden should resign. So Harris can become the first female president. She already was. So people don't understand. Technically, she was already the first female president. She was sworn in as president. May have been temporary, but she was sworn in as president. Joe Biden had surgery and he had to go underneath the anesthesia. When the president goes underneath anesthesia, the vice president is then sworn in as acting president. She was president. Smart ass. But yeah, people don't realize that. We already had our first female president. Come on, people, think. Then this Hakeem Extreme Jeffries is now claiming, and I doubt this happened, after confirmed threats against Trump's cabinet members, Hakeem Extreme Jeffries claims multiple Connecticut Democrats received bomb threats on Thanksgiving, sign MAGA. This is a Julian Smollett all over again. I do not believe this one bit. We're going to sign MAGA to it so that they're identified. We're going to identify ourselves. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I believe that as much as I believe I'm going to be a gazillionaire. Fucking retards. Hakeem Extreme Jeffries, the original election denier. I wouldn't believe him if he said the sky was blue. I would have to go outside because that man lies more than anything. He is a professional victim. And it's bullshit. I ain't buying it. Show proof or shut the fuck up. DC Drano on X. I keep hearing from Republican friends, it's too quiet. Something is up. Maybe. But I think it's because we delivered a knockout punch to the Marxist movement, and it's on the ground trying to figure out what day it is. I don't think so. I think they are working. No, he wasn't that far away from being speaker. I know that. And it was scary. It was very scary. But he's not. And you know what? I forget who it was. God. Who said it? Whether it was you or Stackhead Sean. Nancy Pelosi, for all her faults, she kept the party in line. He's lost control of the party. He's taken it further left. He's taken it down a dangerous path. And it's getting scarier. All right, one last break, and then we come into the last segment of the show. Don't forget, on Monday, December 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will have co-host BZ here, and we will be interviewing Joe Scholl. I'm probably butchering the last name. Veteran and author. All right, everybody, we'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Attention, all patriotic women of faith. Yep, I'm talking to you, sis. Are you looking for high-quality, super soft apparel that reflects your love for country and your devotion to God? Look no further than Carry Girl Gear. Picture this. You rocking a tee so soft it's like being hugged by a cloud, all while showing off your love for God and country. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, welcome to reality, babes, because that's what we're all about here at Carry Girl Gear. We specialize in super soft tees, tanks, and more, designed specifically for the strong, patriotic women who proudly wants to carry their message of faith and freedom. When you shop with us, you're not just getting a t-shirt. You're joining a community of like-minded women who are proud to wear their beliefs straight on their tees. So whether you're sipping sweet tea on the porch or leading the charge for faith and freedom, do it in a Carry Girl tee. Because life's too short for stiff, boring tees. CarryGirl.com, where faith and freedom meets fashion.
Come listen to BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show. Live on select and exclusive Tuesday and Thursday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Rumble channel, SHR Media YouTube channel, X, Twitch, Spreaker, and wherever great conservative podcasts are found. BZ, your conservative Sherpa, guides you through the maelstrom of Democrat, leftist, and globalist lies, chaos, deceit, and betrayal. Raised as a free-range child with dirt, stains, mud, and freedom, BZ broadcasts from North Idaho, comfortably surrounded by actual normal people. Jump into our plush, sumptuous, palatial, and resplendent chat room on rumble.com. Click on live chat to join. Now, with 37% more umbrage and 19% more bulbosity than previous shows, featuring delicious Liberty additives for the best in late-night conservatarian talk radio. BZ reminds you that with great beard comes great responsibility. No chinchillas were harmed, embarrassed, fat-shamed, or the focus of any sarcasm whatsoever in the making of this ad.
What is the Edge of Liberty? News, politics, commentary, sarcasm, alcohol, and high blood pressure. It's as American as a good revolution. So tune in every Monday and Friday at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast on the SHR Media Network and KLRN Radio. For details, visit www.shrmedia.com.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. That's right here on SHR Media, conservative media done right. Hey, BZ, what I got here, I actually need a favor from you. I think you have the old SHR Media stringer, SHR Media, conservative media done right. If you could send that to me, I'd appreciate it. I'm working on a couple things over here, and I can't find it. I thought I had it. I don't. All right, on this next thing, I would say last, but according to how quick I get through it, it may not be the last. But I am going to preface it, okay? I'm going to preface it. Yes, I do not believe in climate change, global warming, whatever iteration you want to call it, as it is promoted. Okay. As it's promoted. Have we polluted this earth? Yes. Does China do it uncontrollably? Yes. Is there other countries? Yes. Do I think it's causing the mass amount of destruction that these governments are pushing? No. I think we need to be cautious. We need to protect the earth. It's the only one right now that we have. Elon keeps it up. We'll have Mars soon. As I said, as it is promoted right now, it's become too politicized. Al Gore has absolutely destroyed any of that sense. But I love this guy. He was on X. And it started out with the ice, or the Greenland ice cap is losing around 30 million tons of ice an hour due to climate change, 20% more than what scientists originally thought. No time to waste. All right. So, this guy does the math. Yes. This guy actually sat down and did the math. And he goes, hi again, Mike. Let's go over this for what now? A third time. Maybe it will sink in. The Greenland ice sheet contains about 2.9 million gigatons of ice. 2.9 million gigatons of ice. Using the conversion factor that 1 gigaton equals 1 billion tons. This means that the ice sheet has roughly 2.9 million billion tons of ice. Oh, yes, math is involved. Now, if the ice sheet is losing 30 million tons of ice per hour, that would work out to a 720 million tons of ice lost per day and a net 262.8 billion tons per year. Okay, everybody following so far? 30 million tons of ice per hour would equal out to 720 million tons of ice lost per day and a net of 262.8 billion tons per year. Now, what we're going on is the assumption of that person being correct on how much ice is being lost per day. You know, these scientists are giving results that politicians want, what they're paid to give, not what actually what's going on. And that's the problem. When you look at the IOCC, I think it is, the old head of it left because, as he said, it got too politicized. The politics got too involved in it and destroyed everything. Now, this guy goes into the math. So, 30 million tons times 24 hours times 365 days equals 262.8 billion tons a year. 262.8 billion tons of ice lost per year. Oh my, that sounds scary. That sounds really scary. 262.8 billion tons of ice lost per year. Now compare that to other years. I'd like to know. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago. Has it increased? Has it decreased? I don't know about anybody else. Have you noticed these winters have been pretty harsh the last couple of years? We got some major snowstorms hitting up north. And I mean some major snowstorms. But it reminds me of my childhood when we had snow. It's not like we go through secular periods of heavy rains, heavy snow, light rains, light snow, no rain. That's never happened in the history of this world, has it? Wait, yeah, it has. And actually, the CO2 levels used to be over like 200 times higher than what they are now. They're actually at some of the lowest levels ever. And if you lower them too much, every fucking life form on this planet would die instantly. Jesus. But that's the ultimate expectation. As BZ says, the carbon that they want to get rid of is us. They've talked about it. Bill Gates has talked about it. Let's get back to the street. Now, that is, of course, until you realize that at the current rate, it would take more than 11,035 years for the entire Greenland ice sheet to melt. Now he does the math of 2.9 million billion tons divided by 262.8 billion tons per year equals 11,035 years. Now, what that would mean for sea level rise, according to NASA, for every 360 gigatons of ice lost, the global average sea level rises about 1 millimeter, the size of the average liberal's dick. So, if 262.8 billion tons of ice is lost per year, that would mean sea level rise at a rate of 0.73 millimeters or 0.03 inches a year from loss of ice, Greenland ice alone. Ignoring Antarctic, this would cause the global average sea level rise about 1 foot every 417.5 years. Now, the rate of ice loss could accelerate or decelerate depending on other factors, natural variabilities, or positive or negative climate feedback. But it's clear from the back of the envelope calculations that you are hyperventilating over nothing. This is a very manageable problem. So is your climate anxiety. Stop parroting WEF propaganda and go touch grass. Every prediction, every model that they've done has not come about. Every time we've had the hottest day on record. A couple months later, oh, we forgot to subtract the 1 and carry the 2. It wasn't the hottest. Sorry about that. The sea levels have risen. That was a buoy malfunction. You see headlines of the rise of the water levels. Retraction. Page 463. Little, not that big. Got to get the magnifying glass out. People, stop buying the bullshit. Doesn't mean we go and pollute. Doesn't mean we go out and just do whatever the fuck we want. But we do not spite our nose off to spite our face. And that's what these idiots are doing. Because they want to do away with carbon. Not carbon dioxide. Carbon. That's what they want to get rid of. They want to lower the population. Why would Democrats push for not having kids? Why would Democrats push for aborting the pregnancies? They're only depopulating their own message. I've said this before. The chances of those children being Democrats is at a higher rate coming from a Democrat family. And if you're not having them, well, you're only going to run yourself out of people to give your bullshit to. Thank you, BZ. I really appreciate it. I'm working on the buttons. I want to put the SHR Media. Sounds like a late night 1970 talk show. My next guest. I can have too much fun with those buttons too. Definitely not good. All right, everybody. Don't forget Monday, December 2nd. We will have Joe Scholl. I think Scholl. I forgot. Oh, God. Help me. Where is it? Soel. Author and vet, but he's the author of The Broken Mirror of Memory, Iraq, and Other Tales. He'll be here. We'll discuss his book with the great, the Omni. I'm losing my touch. With BZ. And I appreciate that he's stepping in to help me out here. I really do. I really appreciate you, BZ. All right, until Monday. I got one more day of just me and the boys. Then the wife and kid come home. But I'm looking forward to it. Everybody, have a great weekend.